Bananza. 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 Bananza.
Bananza.
Bananza.
Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Donkey Kong Bananza. This thing has seen better days. Donkey Kong Bananza. Now this game has been out for a few days and I have been playing non-stop, without rest, without pause, and I'm loving it so far. Actually, it's been out for more than 2 weeks, you idiot. It's kind of hard to believe that this is only the second 3D Donkey Kong game that's ever come out. How has it taken this long for Nintendo to release a big new 3D platformer for their arguably second most recognizable character anyway? It's a little crazy to think that Mario quickly outshone Donkey Kong, especially back in the day. I mean, look at him. Who would you rather spend the afternoon with, the crusty old 50-year-old white man or the silly monkey? Ever since it was revealed back in April, I was hyped for DK Bananza. It seemed to take a lot of inspiration from Mario Odyssey, but with its own unique style. And thank goodness it was only about a month after the Switch 2 launch, because there aren't really a ton of big new exciting games for the system. Mario Kart is great and all, but it's not really the meaty adventure game that I can really sink my teeth into. So for me, Bananza felt like the shot in the arm that the Switch 2 really needed.
He's a hungry boy. He needs his bananas.
So now that the game is finally out, we can ask the question, is Donkey Kong Bananza any good?
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yes, it's good. Heck, I'll even go a little crazy here and say it's great. Here's your spoiler warning for the first 10 to 15 hours of the game, by the way. You have been warned. The game starts off in a gold mine somewhere off the coast of Kong Isle, and Donkey Kong arrives because he's looking for some delicious golden bananas. That's right, he couldn't care less about the gold, which is so abundant and plentiful that it would put Smaug to shame. He's just here for the starchy yellow goodness. This starting area serves as a tutorial to get you acquainted with the controls and some of the collectibles you'll be looking for throughout the adventure. But just as you find your first golden banana, this massive pile of earth and molten lava descends from the sky, sucking away all the golden bananas and making a massive crater in the ground. Well, maybe not so much a massive crater, but a gargantuan hole in the ground. Holy crap, this thing's like hundreds of feet deep. Hey, up there, do you think maybe someone could throw like a rope down or something? Hello? Having no idea what just happened, you set out to investigate, and along the way you see an odd rock fall from the sky. Spoiler alert, it's Pauline. I don't know if you saw the Nintendo Direct, but it's Pauline there inside the rock. She's in the rock. You and the rock soon become best buddies and decide to go further into the earth to investigate the giant landmass that stole all your bananas. You then reach your first layer of the planet core, and you're pretty much set loose for the rest of the game. There are main objectives that you have to follow in order to progress the story, but there's a lot to keep you distracted if you just want to take your time. Most of it involves punching stuff. The opening area alone is enough to keep you busy for quite a while. I genuinely had a hard time moving on from this initial area because it's so addicting to go to town on all the walls, floors, and ceilings, and the game keeps rewarding you with gems and gold as you keep going, so it knows how to perfectly feed into your inner OCD. It's really quite a toxic relationship. Right off the bat, the game introduces you to its main mechanic, punching. Punch up, punch down, punch left, right, all through the day and all through the night. Almost everything in the environment is breakable. Walls, floors, these are solid institutions to mortal men, but to Donkey Kong they are but mere suggestions. The only material you can't break is metal, and I mean there's a lot of it. They had to somehow incorporate a way to keep you contained in some way. So there's that. There's some limitation to it. But overall they give you a lot of freedom in where and what you can break. As you continue to smash your way through levels, you'll collect stuff like gold, banandium, chips, fossils, treasure chests, which reveal extra special fossils, and the most important collectible of all, banandium gems. These are the golden bananas I was talking about earlier, and they are by far, without a doubt, the most satisfying collectible in any game I've ever played. I'll break it down for you. You go 3 punches. Yep. Oh, banana. I don't know if anything can top this level of satisfaction. Opening a chest in Zelda. Psh. Collecting a star in Mario. Ha. Jiggies from Banjo-Kazooie. Don't make me laugh. No. This is peak collectible right here. From now on, I only want to collect bananas in my video games. That's it. Nothing else. No stars, no chests, no nothing. I just want bananas. Anyway, back to the collectibles. Once you collect 5 bananas, you gain a skill point and can unlock a new move or improve a skill you already have. They're mostly fairly simple, like increasing your health or punching power, but there are a couple of fun ones you can unlock later on. Like this move. Whoa. I don't know what it does, but it looks pretty cool. As you make your way through the first layer, you'll eventually meet the Kong Elder, who teaches you a really cool move. How to shred some fresh vinyl. Donkey Kong. Yeah. Okay. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. The Kong Elder has you and Oddrock perform a song together, and then something strange happens. Oh my gosh, what? Pauline, what? Oh, I never saw that coming. Wow. With your Pokemon now evolved, you two start singing and dancing, and what do you know, DK evolves as well with a new move called Kong Bananza. It makes you extra strong and able to smash through extra tough material in seconds. With your new companion in tow, you also learn that whoever makes it to the planet core can have any wish granted. Well, that sounds pretty good. I'm sure nobody will ever take advantage of that. Pauline just wants to get back to the surface, and DK wants... yeah. So with that in mind, you make your way to the end of the first layer, where waiting for you are the game's main antagonists, Grumpy, Poppy, and Void Kong. They're members of the evil Void Company, and Void Kong is their president. They're also on their way to the planet core, and they're also the ones that stuffed Pauline into that gross purple rock carcass. Turns out Pauline is really special, and they need her for something. Ugh, these guys are the worst, just another company president trying to take advantage of child labor. Void Kong leaves Grumpy behind to kidnap Pauline, and this is where you have your first real boss fight. A weird squid thing. But it isn't too much trouble, especially if you use your new Kong Bananza. Also, after you beat him, Grumpy just kind of sits there and is like, "Oh, you beat me this time, but I'll get you next time, mark my words." What? DK, you're just gonna let him go? Just like that? He's sitting right there. Let's take him out for good. Come on, what are you waiting for? This happens each time you fight a member of Void Company. Like, Poppy says the same thing, and you fight these two multiple times throughout the game. Like, DK, no, don't trust them. They're repeat offenders. They're just gonna pull the same crap as soon as you turn your back. They said so themselves. Look, there you go. He's back. See, what did I tell you? You let him go, and he's just gonna do it again. That's it. I'm ending this once and for all. This is so stupid. Once Grumpy's dead, you dive into another hole to get to the next layer. And that's pretty much the flow of the game. You dive deeper and deeper and deeper into different layers, collecting collectibles and solving problems left by the Void Company, and occasionally fighting the rare boss here or there. It's pretty simple, but the story and cutscenes are actually a lot more cinematic than I initially thought they would be. It's nothing crazy, but the cutscenes at least are a step up from what you might see in a Mario game. Also really quick, I wanted to mention the challenge levels. You'll come across special challenge stages that test your combat, platforming, and puzzle solving. So far I haven't come across any that are too difficult yet. I did struggle on one where you have to cause a certain amount of destruction on a building, only because I thought that only these silver pillars counted towards the destruction, so I avoided smashing the walls and then would be running around looking for pillars to break, but I already broke them all, so I'd run out of time. Yeah, once I figured out that the pillars are just worth more points, it was pretty easy. But there was also a challenge later on where I thought you had to stack a bunch of snow together to get a banana on top of this giant ice maker. But right as I was reaching the top, I noticed part of the wall was climbable, and that made me feel kinda stupid, but I decided to finish my snow ladder anyway, and it turns out that it worked, so now I don't know whether to feel proud or stupid. There were a couple of times that I smashed my way into a cave right where the banana was, and I grabbed it and left and didn't even explore the rest of the room. There was obviously an intended path that you could have taken to get to the room more naturally, but I already Kool-Aid Man my way through the cave wall, so I already got the reward and I just left. And that makes the challenge rooms stand out even more to me because you're more limited in what you have to work with in those areas. So you have to apply more skill and problem solving to get each banana. Now, not all the bananas in the main levels are mindless button mashing. Most of them you will have to come up with some clever and unique solutions. So it's not really a complaint at all, just something I'll keep in mind as I keep playing. If I had to complain about something, it would be the camera. You'll be going through a lot of tight spaces and the camera struggles, especially when you're digging a tunnel and are close to a wall that faces out into the rest of the world. The climbing is also a bit finicky at times. DK will sometimes go the opposite direction of where I'm expecting him to go because of the janky camera. For the most part, I've gotten pretty used to the camera and climbing, so it's not a huge deal, but I can see how other people could find it a little frustrating. Those are the only two gripes I have. I'm sure this game will get analyzed to death and picked apart as the years pass, but as of right now, I'm loving it so much I can't help but call it a masterpiece, bad camera and all. I haven't even mentioned the graphics, which are obviously really good. This game looks amazing. Everywhere so vibrant and colorful, each layer you go down has a different color scheme, so they stand out from the rest. I didn't notice anything like frame drops or anything like that. There is some slowdown on the impact of a punch, but I mean, that was an intentional change made by the developers to really emphasize the feeling of sinking your fist into something. I've heard that there's a boss fight that like cuts the frame rate in half, but I haven't gotten that far, so I can't really speak to that. If that's something that you were worried about, I would just tell you it's not really an issue, not a huge deal, at least to me. Maybe I'm just used to it, maybe I haven't played enough, but if that's something you're worried about, I would say it's not something to be worried about. Just thought I'd mention it. Aside from the graphics, the music is really good too. There are lots of fun and catchy themes throughout the game that will really get your sense of adventure going. But there are a lot of ambient tracks as well. Some of them are really somber and mysterious. They make you feel the gravity of your quest and the emotional toll of caring for a child's life while on a death-defying mission where the fate of the entire world hangs in the balance. And oh yeah, Pauline sings a lot. Music is at the core identity of this game, and that's reflected in the world and the characters, but Pauline by far has the most personality out of any of the characters in this game, and it really makes her stand out a lot more. At first I thought it was odd that she was the only character that has voice acting in this game.
Thank you.
But then I realized, oh, every other character is either an inanimate object or an animal, so yeah, I guess it makes sense that we can only hear her speak because she's a human. That's the explanation I'm going with, at least. Also, I really love the other animal characters in this game, just the way they sound. Like, the monkeys just sound like a Japanese man doing his best impression of a monkey, and I love it. And don't get me started on the zebras. They're so chill, man. And it makes sense because they're in like an Arctic environment. They call you brah, brah, brah. They look so amazing. I love the zebras. They're by far my favorite animals so far in the game. Going into the game, I was a little worried that Pauline might talk too much or potentially be too annoying, but after playing for so many hours, I didn't mind her at all and actually enjoyed her as a companion. She jumps in with some quips here and there, but outside of cutscenes, they're really just quick one-liners for when you see a banana or pick up a treasure map.
I wonder if there's a village up ahead. There's a banana! Amazing!
Also, her voice is a weapon of mass destruction. I started the game in co-op mode with my wife, and I almost felt a little lame because she was firing off a ton of voice missiles and doing major damage to everything around us. Meanwhile, I was struggling just to keep up, and I felt like I was hardly doing anything. It gets a little more balanced once you unlock the Kong Bananza, but still, Pauline in this game is way overpowered in co-op mode. It's completely different from single player. DK is the goofy but lovable powerhouse who prefers to punch first and ask questions later, and he meshes perfectly with Pauline, who's very reserved and seems to prefer to quietly go with the flow. As you progress through the story, you slowly see Pauline build her courage through her singing, almost like she's coming out of her shell? Oh my gosh, I get it now. But yeah, I don't think Pauline in this game is annoying at all. I guess I can finally put those fears to bed. Speaking of bed, I'm getting pretty tired. I think I'm gonna lie down for a little bit.
Hey, DK.
Huh? Huh?
Are you awake?
Oh, what?
You're supposed to count some kind of animal to help you fall asleep, right?
What? No, what? What are you talking?
Hey, DK. Are you awake?
Huh?
The mixer in this
No,
plant is huge.
What are you
Watching it
talking
spin
about?
makes me feel like I might get sucked right in.
Okay, just go back to sleep, please.
DK, are you awake?
Pauline, no.
I had a weird dream.
No, give it a rest already.
This room is covered in chocolate, right?
Pauline,
Dream?
stop!
I
I'm
was
trying to
sleeping
sleep.
here. People always sound a
Pauline,
certain way.
Pauline,
I wonder if
please
someone
stop!
will
I'm trying to
feel
sleep. Just
You're
go to
not
bed.
going to
Just
believe
go
this,
to
but
sleep.
I got you.
Please, please stop! Stop! Oh, I'm coming. All right, kiddo, come here. Oh. Who's daddy's little? Okay, I'm sure I can use something there.